Tatmeen. Myself, Bharadwaj. I am from Evotech, the technology partner of Tatmeen. So this week I will be handling the workshop call. If any participants is having any questions or any clarification, please raise your hand. I will allow you the mic, and then from there I can answer your questions, please. At this moment, I don't see any hands raised by the participants. So please raise your hand if you have any questions. Meera, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Uh, I am a new attendee in Tatmeen portal, calling from a medical center. I just want to ask, like, what is my role in this Tatmeen? And we proceeded with the GLN, and we did the username and password. I actually entered the onboarding journey tutorials, but I didn't get the concept. Me as a medical center, what is my position in Tatmeen? What should I do? What is the first step?
Okay, the question gives me an indication that you are very new to that mean.
Yes.
Okay, so the usually the manufacturers, the MAH team, will be performing commissioning, packing, and shipping process, and the local distributors will be doing the receiving and then unpacking. And then finally the those who are into pharmacy, right, so they will be doing the dispensation. So at a high level, these are the various roles of the various partners, and these are the activities performed on the main system. Okay, so as a medical center you should be doing some kind of an activity. So my suggestion for you is go to tatmeen.ae website. There are tutorial videos, and there are 5 videos. So this will explain you about how to onboard into Tatmeen, the first steps of Tatmeen, and then various introduction process of Tatmeen. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
saw the
each.
tutorial.
Mm,
I saw the tutorial. I went through it all.
mm,
But
mm.
for us as a medical center, we're just receiving the medications from the suppliers.
Okay,
So
okay.
there's no other, and we're not selling, we're not shipping out. So that's what
Mm,
I want to understand. What is my role exactly? Am I supposed
okay.
to do just product verification or what? Because since I'm entering all my products, it's coming error, error, error. So I don't know what is the issue.
Okay, so as I understand, you are just receiving the products from the shipper, which means that you should be receiving the products on that main system. So you will have to perform the receive operation on that mean, as this is your role, as I understand, based on your business requirement. So to receive the products, you can perform the receiving operation either through Tatmeen portal or through B2B, whichever is feasible for you. So B2B
Okay.
is kind of an technical. If you have a technical expertise, you can perform the receiving operation through Receive API. If you
Okay.
want
So
to
only the
receive the
receiving. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that is what. See, you need to understand your business requirement. We cannot tell you based on your things, right? So we can inform you about the Tatmeen. So your role on the business is something you need to know it. Okay. So as you said, you just receive the products from the shipper. So obviously you
Yes.
will be receiving the products. So you focus on the receiving operation. So my suggestion for you is go to the training manual and then explore the documentation for the receiving, and then from there you will be able to understand what is the receiving process. As you said, you are getting some errors on the product verification, right? So drop
Yes.
an email to onboarding@tatmeen.ae along with
Okay.
the error snapshot. We will check and then give you the feedback on what exactly the error is about, and then how to solve that error. Okay.
Okay, because I tried to scan it from my camera. All of the informations are the same, even if I'm entering it manually.
Hmm.
The GTN, the LOT, all is the same as its requirements, but always appear for me error. So I don't know. I will send
Yes.
an email with the error
Yeah.
screenshot and we will follow up.
Yes, so
Okay.
once we see the error, we will be getting a clarity on what is that issue about, and then from there we should be able to give you the suggestion or the feedback of it.
Okay, sure. I will try to do in the staging portal, try in the receiving. If I have any issues, I will enter again to the meeting doors. Okay.
You can drop an email to onboarding@tatmeen.ae. So this is
Okay.
the email where you can drop an email along with your error snapshot. So we can provide you the feedback in the email. All right.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So any other participants, if you have any questions, kindly raise your hands. Fawaz, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Morning, everyone. Thank you so much. I had a question. We are also new to Tatmeen, and so we are in the process of getting our GLM currently. We sent in our license, our warehouse license.
Fawaz, can you
Yeah.
adjust your mic or speaker? Your voice is not clear.
Okay. Sorry, is it a bit better now?
Yeah, kind of better.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, our organization, we have a warehouse out in our cruise. And so we are currently onboarding on Tatmeen, right? We've applied for our GLN in the process of getting the with GS1.
Hmm.
However, when I was watching the videos, they made a distinction about the type of profile that is to be made. So it's either we use the one where we have the portal and the mobile app, and there's one where you something about the B2B API.
Yeah.
And it's also then clarified that whatever profile you've made, you might not be able to switch later. So I just wanted to know for our organization, we are a medical warehouse. So we're
Hmm.
to receive products and then probably send to distributors. So we wanted to know which kind of profile are we to make? Would it be the one that where we have access to the portal or the API B2B one? Just because I know we can switch later, so we want to get it right at the beginning.
Okay. So for us to answer this question, portal or mobile users. So these users they will access the Tatmeen portal or the Tatmeen mobile app, and then they can perform the required operations on Tatmeen. Okay, whereas the B2B, this is kind of an, they so these users are kind of technical users, and these B2B users will perform operation using the Tatmeen APIs. Okay, if you have a huge volume of data and you need to perform the any kind of an operation, my suggestion for you is go to the B2B process. If you want to perform manually, my suggestion for you is go with the Tatmeen portal or mobile app. It all depends upon the your business requirement, how you wanted to take it forward. See, the complexity of the business, right? So few will have a very small business, so obviously they don't need the B2B process, the APIs. So few setups are complex enough, and definitely they would need the Tatmeen APIs. Okay, so it all depends upon your business requirement. So based on the business requirements, we have the portal and mobile applications and also the B2B. Okay, and the B2B user can only perform B2B activities, and B2B user cannot perform any activity on portal or mobile app. And vice versa. Portal and mobile app users can perform activities only on portal and mobile. They can do B2B activities. Okay.
Okay, so if the business operations are complex, then you need to go for the B2B API one and you can't use the portal one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it depends
Okay.
upon your expertise. Okay. So few organizations may have the technical expertise. Few will not have the technical expertise. So based on your expertise, you can choose the required methodology.
Okay. So you mentioned, it depends on the amount of data. So, what maybe classifies as a lot of data, because for us we'll be registering. So we our operation is to register and import products, right? So we'll be registering at approximately 20 products, and that's it's a large volume, at least for we believe about 100,000 parts. So for this kind of scenario, what is a lot of data that you would then require either the simple um, model, which is just the mobile, or with this volume then fall on the API one.
I didn't understand your question. Can you adjust your speaker, please? Your volume, your voice is not clear sometimes.
Okay, okay, I'll try it again. Yes, so I was saying, thank you for your answer. But you mentioned, the one you take decides on the amount of data you're dealing with. So for
Yeah.
us, what we're doing is we're registering medications, we're importing medications, and we're registering about 20 medications and importing about 100,000 packs. So with this kind of operation, would the mobile app be sufficient, or with these numbers that I've provided you now, would we need to go on the B2B API one?
Okay. I think for us, in simple, right? If there is a technical expertise, my suggestion for you is go with the B2B. Okay. If there is no technical expertise, if you want to perform a mobile commissioning, if you want to do some packing through the portal, or if you want to do shipping through the portal, right? So maximum is 100 items can be shipped. Okay. So for to perform the commissioning and packing through the portal, you can perform either through mobile commissioning or through CSV file upload. Through mobile commissioning, maximum of 100 items can be commissioned. Whereas through the CSV file upload, it is through the CSV file where 50,000 records can be uploaded. Okay. And whereas from the B2B, the same 50,000 items can be reported using the APIs. Okay. So this is all about the expertise which you or your team has about. So if
Okay,
you want to go through the shipping through the portal, maximum you can perform 100 items at any single go. Anything beyond 100, it will fail because that is the system capacity. Whereas if you want to ship, say some 3,000 or 5,000 even more, my suggestion is you will have to choose B2B.
okay, okay. Thank you so much. That helps.
All right. Okay. Any other questions from the participants? Please raise your hands. I don't see any hands raised by the participants. We'll keep this call open until 11:30 a.m. So if any participants have any questions, please raise your hand. If any participants have any questions, please raise your hand, please. We'll keep this call open until 11:30 a.m. Fawaz, can you unmute yourself and ask your question again?
Yes, thank you so much. Sorry, this was just a quick one. It's a more of a verification question. So,
Mm-hmm,
for us, like I mentioned, we are a pharmaceutical warehouse, right? And
mm-hmm,
what we'll be doing is registering products. However, we were reading something about the serialization process, right? Which
mm-hmm.
is where the packs of the medications itself have to be optimized. We need to put a kind of barcode on it. We need to maybe even sometimes we're required to write the product packaging in Arabic, right? And so we know this happens before it gets to the country and it gets cleared and all. But we wanted to find out, does that fall under Tatmeen or does that fall under GS1? Because if it falls under Tatmeen, then I have further questions.
I didn't understand your question. Your question is about the barcode and that needs to be generated before reaching UAE, yes. And after that, what is that question, please?
Yes, so I wanted to know that serialization process, putting the barcode, the packaging of the product being in Arabic and all of this, is that does that fall under Tatmeen platform or is that with the GS1 team? Like who are
Uh,
we in communication with for that?
Wait, let me open the documentation. See, the Tatmeen documentation explains about how to generate the barcode, the formats of the barcode, okay, and serialization. See, this is the formats. If you see the page number 10, right? So this is how the format should be of the barcodes. Okay, you will have to generate these barcodes by yourself. This is not something from the Tatmeen system. Okay, the barcodes and QR codes you will have to generate by yourself. This won't come from the Tatmeen system. Probably, I think this is from GS1 team. I don't know because we are not from the GS1. But definitely, this is not from Tatmeen.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. But but those codes are then needed to onboard onto Tatmeen, correct?
Yes. So to onboard into Tatmeen, this is the format which users are supposed to follow.
Okay. But the generation of the code and all of that, that's not through Tatmeen. We will
No,
do that ourselves.
no.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. If any participants have any other question, please raise your hand, please. I don't see any hands raised by the participants. We'll keep this call open until 11:30, 2 more minutes. If there are any questions, any participants can raise their hand. Okay, so I'm concluding this call for this week since there are no more questions or hands raised by the participants. We will see you again next week, Thursday, 11 a.m. Dubai time. We will share this meeting recording in next 24 hours from now. Thank you so much.